Anavatos is a medieval settlement hidden among the peaks of the mountains of central Chios. It is a fortified and inaccessible settlement built on the natural rock with continuous habitation since the 15th century. The first settlement was the so-called Castro, which was built after the occupation of Chios by the Genovese. It conformed to the natural contours of the rock and was reinforced with a fortified enclosure to serve the defensive needs of the settlement. On either side of the gate there are holes for the placement of a wooden bar which secured the entrance to the settlement. Stone-vaulted structures for both public and private use were erected in the settlement. The Church of the Virgin Mary was founded in the third level of an important public building, the so-called three-story building, which reflects the entire history of Anavatos. The church main facade faces west, towards the courtyard formed on the hill. It is a two-aisled church with a gable roof. On the western side of the settlement stands the Holy Church of the Taxiarchis, an equally important public building. It is a double-aisled church with a flat roof in the south aisle and a tiled roof in the north aisle. The Temple of the Taxiarchis is the result of successive building phases. In its final phase, which dates back to the beginning of the 19th century, the temple acquired the monumental form that it has today. The houses are equal in size, identical to each other, and built with the same materials, testifying to the existence of clear planning in terms of the organization of the space. They appear to be primarily two-story, with the ground floor used as a storage room and the first floor as the family's residence. These are stone-vaulted structures founded directly on the bedrock, reinforced with wooden tie beams. The walls of Anavatos, with a total length of 400 meters, run along the natural landscape of the settlement. In some places, the wall is not an independent structure, but adapts to the walls of the houses and the buildings on the boundaries of the settlement. The ruinous state of Anavatos harks back to the massacres of the Ottomans in the year 1822 and the devastating earthquake of 1881. Today, restoration and enhancement works are carried out to highlight the medieval settlement. Apart from the three-story building and the Temple of the Taxiarchis, which are in a good state of preservation, the other buildings give away the image of a ruined village. The three-story building is the only building in Anavatos that was originally built in contact with the walls and later extended beyond them. It is a tower-like structure that rises imposingly above the walls. The first level of the three-story building houses the olive press, the second the school, and the third the Holy Church of Panagia. From the 16th century onwards, the settlement expanded outside the walls. In the area outside the walls, many buildings are preserved intact, revealing the architecture of the settlement. At the foothills lies the modern village built after the massacre of Chios in 1822 and the earthquake of 1881. The Holy Church of the Taxiarchis in Neo Chorio is a typical example of late 19th century church architecture. It is a double-aisled basilica, rectangular in plan, made of masonry. Due to its architectural morphology, Anavatos has also been termed as the Mistras of the Aegean. Partnership agreement, co-financed by Greece and the European Union.